Can you believe the incredible history behind The Nightmare Before Christmas? The 1993 film created by Tim Burton has become a legendary piece of Halloween and Christmas television. The Nightmare Before Christmas is considered to be one of the most incredible pieces of artistry to come out of the 90s. The film's origins has roots in a poem created by Tim Burton as he was working as an animator at Disney in 1982. In the same year, he would create a short film called Vincent. Vincent was about a child who idolized Vincent Price. The film would run for about 6 minutes and would be in all black and white. Many considered this short film of Vincent to be a masterpiece and the beginning of Tim Burton's incredible career. After this success, Burton began thinking about creating a film based off the King of Halloween. However, Burton's concept of the King of Halloween would get turned down by Disney at the time. Though the concept was rejected by Disney, he would still have the opportunity to build out other concepts for them. He would build out a live-action Hansel and Gretel movie for the Disney Channel. The Hansel and Gretel movie was very unique, and it would only show one time on Halloween night at 10:30 p.m. in 1983. The film would never see the light of day again until 2009 at the Museum of Modern Art. The next thing Burton would work on was a live-action film called Frankenweenie for 1984. The film would be in black and white and focus on a boy trying to revive his dog. Disney would be furious at Burton, believing he wasted their money making films that children would not watch. These missteps would lead to Burton being fired. Little did they know, being fired from Disney would be fantastic for Burton's career. He would go on to create several cult classic and box office sensations, like Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, and Batman. Batman being his greatest success with $48 million in costs and over $400 million from the box office. These films put Burton back on the map for studios everywhere. During this time, Burton consistently thought of the poem he created about the King of Halloween and how he would go about creating a film if ever given the opportunity. Eventually, in 1990, coming off his recent successes, Disney would reach back out to Burton. It was at this time Burton learned that Disney still had the rights to his poem about the Halloween King. The Walt Disney Company and Tim Burton would strike a deal for The Nightmare Before Christmas. The film was originally supposed to be produced through Disney Animation Studios with the Disney logo. However, after speaking with Burton and understanding the concept of the film further, they decided to go with Touchstone Pictures, the more adult-centered Disney-owned brand. The main driving force behind this decision was the fact that Disney still believed Tim Burton's work to be too scary and spooky for children. They thought it would garner more success if it was geared towards more adult viewers and teenagers, as that was where Burton's other films had great success aiming for. The film would first premiere at the New York Film Festival on October 9th, 1993. It would later be released in movies on October 29th, 1993. At first release, the film would have great box office success, however it would have difficulty finding its market. People were not sure if this animated classic was for adults, kids, or teenagers. Though it struggled to find its market, it still had great success. The budget was $24 million, and it would gross well over $100 million in the box office. Like the other Tim Burton films, this would instantly gain a cult classic following, as it was considered to be one of the most unique films to come out in the 1990s and completely changed the viewpoint of animation as a medium. Besides the beautiful artistry of the set work, characters, and design, it was the story, the plot, that really drove people to follow this film. The unique concept of Jack Skellington, the King of Halloween Town, wanting more in his life, really hit home for audiences everywhere. If you haven't seen the film, it follows Jack Skellington, the King of Halloween Town, who discovers that other holidays exist and there's more to his life than Halloween. Every year he's prepared to celebrate Halloween, and that's what the town's entire focus is on. Jack would discover that there are other holidays out there and find out about Christmas. Once seeing the magic of Christmas, Jack wanted to bring it to Halloween Town. However, in doing this, it would lead to more problems than good. Santa Claus would end up being kidnapped, and our villain Oogie Boogie appears in the film. These various different plot points are the driving force behind this film's success. That, paired with the unique character development throughout the film, really drives home the concept of these unique characters being part of everyone's everyday life. Jack Skellington truly became the Halloween version of Mickey Mouse, a unique character who has incredible marketing opportunity. The interesting thing about this film, though, is that Burton had a little involvement in it. Tim Burton at this time already committed to direct Batman Returns, meaning he had little obligation for The Nightmare Before Christmas. He would end up delegating the majority of his work out to others. As Burton understood, stop-motion animation takes a while to create, and he did not want to be bogged down by the small intricacies of The Nightmare Before Christmas. That being said, Burton would join Danny Elfman to create an outline of the film with musical scores. With the help of Elfman, he was able to take the small poem he had created and develop it into a movie concept. The film would be directed by Henry Selick and was truly his mind that created The Nightmare Before Christmas. He would have 120 crew workers as well as 20 different sound stages to get the work done. Selick would reiterate several times throughout the process that Tim Burton had a little involvement in the film, that essentially the goal of Selick was to create a Tim Burton-style film, mimic Burton's ideas and concepts. Overall, the film pushed the limits of animation, artistry, and puppetry. Selick did an incredible job to create his own masterpiece under the influence of Tim Burton. Tim Burton created the concept, but Selick made it come alive. On the side of Disney, they not only wanted a successful film, but they wanted to showcase the capabilities of technical storytelling. Many credit the success and experiment done by Burton and Disney as the main driving force of the Walt Disney Company taking more chances, eventually leading them to work with and then acquire Pixar. The other reason why the film was so successful was the ease of marketing and merchandising both Jack and Sally as characters. Due to the film's popularity, Jack and Sally would quickly be added to the parks. They would be on merchandise everywhere for both Halloween and Christmas. The two have become an iconic duo in the theme parks during the holiday season. Every year, millions of dollars are made from merchandising these two characters, and their lines in the theme park for meet and greets reach well over an hour. Over the years, the popularity of this film has continued to grow. Like many of Tim Burton's movies in the past, this film has become a cult classic in the eyes of many. The film has had so much success that Selick has even mentioned that he would love to do a prequel about how Jack became the king of Halloween Town. Before we wrap up, we can't help but mention the odd theory behind this film. The concept is that these characters can be seen in 3 Tim Burton films. That we were actually witnessing the life of Jack, Sally, and Zero throughout the movies Frankenweenie, The Corpse Bride, and then The Nightmare Before Christmas. What do you think about this theory? Also, let us know in the comments below if you enjoy this film. Thanks so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. We appreciate all of you. Believable truths!